Hello. Hi everybody. Good morning. Oh, I see so many of you are joining me today. Linda's here. Hello, Linda. Hi, Karen. Hi, Jean. So good to see you. Thank you for joining in. How very nice. I want to hear about your Thanksgiving. Did you guys have a good time? Did you eat lots of turkey? Oh, yes. It was quite the weekend here in Minnesota. We had some big snow. In fact, this worked out well for my daughter and her boyfriend. It snowed so hard up in Duluth, and there was such a blizzard up there, they actually closed the school down. They're not even, let's see, today is what? Tuesday? Yeah. So they opened up the campus today, but they even had it closed down. So that meant he got to stay an extra night at our house. So I think they enjoyed that. Good morning, Crystal. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Yvonne. Yvonne, I've got a card. I'm going to show everyone the card you sent to me. Thank you. Oh, yes, it was so much fun to have that card come to me in the mail. Thank you also for sharing. I see quite a few of you are sharing already. Today, I'll be giving away some blueberry bushel ribbon. Well, not actually today, but when we do the drawing in a couple of days, I will give away blueberry bushel ribbon, wrap it around the card, and send it your way. Thank you so much. Hello, Linda. Oh, goodness. So great to see you, you guys. I have so much to share. So first of all, we had so much snow. We almost couldn't even hardly get the driveway decent. It's kind of good we didn't really go anywhere too much over Thanksgiving because it was just so crazy weather. And then you'll never believe what happened to me. So guess what I had on Thanksgiving? I had a half an English muffin and a slice of ham and a soft scrambled egg. That was it. That was my Thanksgiving Day meal. Yeah, you're wondering, what? Yeah, I was sick. I was so sick. I couldn't even go to the family gathering. Oh, it was terrible. So I made up for it the next day when I was feeling a lot better. But yeah, I still made everything to take, for my husband, Steve, to take along to the family gathering. So I made the stellar pumpkin pie cheesecakes. I had done that the day before. And then the morning of, this is how I was making the salad. I was trying to do the salad and hold my head at the same time because I had that bad migraine that you just can't do anything with. And even my husband was trying to help me with the salad. We always do this big broccoli salad with raisins and bacon. But I was so sick. I couldn't even cut the bacon because my head was pounding so hard. So yeah, that didn't go as planned. I got up, I think we got up like around 6 o'clock to start preparations, and my headache was really bad. Whenever I wake up with a headache, that's always a bad sign. And so my migraine continued all the way until about 3 o'clock on Thanksgiving Day. By 4 o'clock, it was feeling better and I was able to eat because honestly, I can't even eat with a migraine. It's just basically curl up in the bedroom with all the drapes closed and just kind of pillowing my head trying to get better. So it wasn't a very good Thanksgiving Day. But I'm glad all of you had a nice holiday. Jean is telling me she had a nice quiet holiday. So I want to welcome all of you. You are here either watching live on my Stamping to Share Facebook page, or you are catching the replay on my Stamping to Share Facebook page. So welcome to everyone who's live and to everyone who's going to be catching the replay. And you have a couple of days to share the video, like the video, make comments on this video, and then your name will go into a drawing. If you are watching me on YouTube, welcome. I also encourage you to comment and share. I love visiting with my YouTube fans. However, this always goes up a few days after the Facebook Live, so I don't actually do a drawing with my YouTubers. However, I truly do love and appreciate you, and I will try to get back with each one of you as you make comments on my YouTube video. So thank you for that. Oh, goodness. Yeah, actually, Jean is saying the smell of bacon had to have been nauseating. Well, actually, not really that much. I'm not as affected by smells when I have a migraine as some people are. I am more affected by motion. Like I could never be in a car, or, I mean, honestly, you guys, I have such a poor balance that just even to get on a swing set when I'm perfectly normal without a headache, I get nauseated. So it's kind of pathetic. Oh, goodness. But yes, so Thanksgiving was kind of a fail for me anyway, but the family had lots of fun. And like I said, my headache went away, so by that evening I was able to eat a little something. And then, of course, the next day I felt great. So only if Thanksgiving could have been on Friday, but such was not the case. But my daughters and boyfriends and husband, they all came over, and we had a really nice Thanksgiving kind of after party. And we took some really cute pictures, and I'm hoping maybe to use them as a Christmas card. I actually wasn't even going to do a Christmas card photo this year, but then it all turned out so cute, and I had some kind of cute ideas for how I can do that photo. So maybe in the next couple of days I'll get working on that, and we'll actually get Christmas cards out before Valentine's. That would be so stellar. All right. So what's all going on in the Stampin' Up! World? Well, today over on Stampin' Up! They announced the carryover list through June 2nd, and I am absolutely over the moon and thrilled to report to you that the stamps that we're using today, Still Scenes, it's actually the bundle that we're going to use. The Still Scenes bundle is going to be available until June 2nd. And another carryover item that we are also using today, well, I'm not using the punch, but we're going to use the Snowman Season stamp set with the punch that coordinates with it. That is also, yay, going to carry over until June 2nd. And there's a big announcement on Stampin' Up! That I was just so excited about. So the card that I'm using actually uses a designer series paper that is not available anymore. It's the 6x6 Feels Like Frost designer series paper, and I know many of you have it already. And I bought, you know, a lot because we used it at Fall Flair, and I've used a lot of it, and I love it. Well, for the first time ever, like ever in ever, Stampin' Up! Is going to carry designer series paper from one Christmas holiday season over to the next Christmas holiday season. So this paper is going to re-debut in, I don't know, when does like the holiday mini go live? Like in September, I think? If you're a demonstrator, of course, we'll be able to get it earlier. But I'm very, very excited about that. And so, I mean, that paper, honestly, it's so beautiful. You can use it for so many different things. In fact, I created a card, oh, I don't even see it here anywhere, but one of my daughters has a birthday in February. Well, two of my daughters have birthdays in February, better not forget that. But I made her a card that uses that paper, and if I ever find it, it's basically the same card as we're making today. It's just that I use birthday greetings on it. Yeah, so that is really exciting. So some of the papers that are going to be continued over into the holiday 2020 catalog will be the Toile Tidings designer series paper. I'm trying to read this. You guys have no idea how little this is. Actually, you know what? There's not that huge of a list, so I'm just going to read them off because I know you guys will be interested in this. So the Toile Tidings designer series paper will carry over, well, it's not really available. Well, that actually, all these things, I think, no, not all of them. You know what? It's so confusing as to know what's available to order and what isn't. I find it hard on the brain. So I haven't really figured out how I'm going to explain this to all of my customers yet. So my suggestion, it's a brilliant one. Just go to my blog, www.stampingtoshare.com, and when you get there, click down into online shopping or online ordering, and when you go to my Stampin' Up! Demonstrator online ordering page, you can actually click on the items, click on the sale. So the closeout sale starts today, which is the 3rd of December and goes until January 2nd. If you click on that, you can see what's on sale. There's not a tremendous amount that's actually discounted, like some Halloween things are discounted, you know, 20 and 30% off. Yeah. There's a couple of paper pumpkin kits that are discounted, 30% off, the refills anyway. And then, you know, not really that much, but it all is while supplies last right now. So if you have any big wish lists from the holiday catalog, you want to get on there and maybe get those before they're gone. But back to the carryover list. So I'm going to share with you what is available until June 3rd and what's coming back for the 2020 holiday. So let's do the 2020 holiday. Things that are not available now but will be coming back for the 2020 holiday. Well, I mean, they might be available, but some of them are gone. Like the Moose Punch is gone. How could they take away the Moose Punch? I don't know. But anyway, that's coming back. So that'll be something coming back. So let me read some of the things that are coming back with the 2020 holiday catalog. So we have 12 designer series paper. We have Jingle Bells. The Merry Moose photopolymer set will be back in the 2020 holiday catalog. The Merry Moose Punch will be back in the 2020 catalog. Brightly gleaming designer series paper. Yay! That's one of my favorites. And I'm so excited to see that they are going to carry back some of those papers. Some of those really awesome papers. And then the Christmas Gleaming stamp set, the Gleaming Ornaments Punch Pack, the Christmas Countdown Project Kit. Not the stamp set that matches it. That's actually gone. Once the supplies are run through on that, that will be gone. But the Christmas Countdown Project Kit will come back. You honestly really didn't need the stamp set that much for it anyway. You could use any kind of background texture stamp and kind of get the same look. The Most Wonderful Time Product Medley is going to come back. The Feels Like Frost 6x6 Designer Series paper, which we are using today, will come back. The Snowflake Sequins. The Gathered Together Photopolymer Stamp Set along with the Gathered Leaves dies will come back. And I think that's still available to order right now. So if you want to get the bundle price, again, you want to get that now while you can get the bundle price. But those are some things that are going to come back with the 2020 holiday catalog. So what is going to carry over? So what is carrying over to June 2nd? Well, let me share. You can get the 12 Christmas stamp set along with the Christmas cardinal dies. So that will be available to order until June 2nd. The Stitched Stars dies and the Perfectly Plaid Photopolymer stamp set and the Pine Tree Punch all will be available till June 2nd. And then the Gold Mini Pizza Boxes, the Peaceful Bows, oh, I said it wrong. The Peaceful Bows stamp set and the the Beautiful Bows dies. The Snowman Season, which I already talked about, the Snowman Builder Punch, and the Mini Curvy Keepsake Box dies. All those will be available till June 2nd. The Star Designer Elements, those are those cute little copper stars that you can just pop onto your projects. They'll be available. The Hammered Metal 3D Embossing Folder. The Seaside Spray Metallic Ribbon. Well, holy cow, I'm so glad that's going to be available because it's pretty much not been available all fall. So maybe their big shipment is in and they were going to extend that until June 2nd. The Shimmery Crystal Effects, the Snowglobe Shaker Dome, Still Scenes, yay, that's what we're using today. Still Scenes Snowglobe dies. The Snowfront stamp set is available. That's good. You know why? Well, I don't have it, but it's a good one because, of course, it's snowy in Minnesota right up until about the 31st of March, sometimes even into April. So we can use all of those snowy ones up here in the Northland. The Hello Harvest, the Apple Builder Punch, the Ornate Frames dies. Those are the ones that go with the Halloween stuff. The Black Stampin' Dimensionals, Tags, Tags, Tags stamp set, and the Trio of Tags dies, the Holiday Rhinestones, and Nature's Beauty stamp set. All of those are carrying over through June 2nd. Maybe some of those will even show up in our annual catalog. So, pretty exciting. Hello, Melissa. She is from Akron, Ohio. Welcome. Yes, and Yvonne is saying it's so sad when products are gone forever. I agree, but you know what? I keep thinking too, if we were still using products from the year 2000, I think we'd all be pretty sick of them. So we do have to kind of move along. So yes. Hello, Andrea. Yay, I'm glad you made it to one of my lives. Good to see you. I have to get a little sip here. Keep myself going. So I'm using one of my favorite coffee cups today, which, as you can see, you know why I'm crazy about the Moose Punch, because it's well, I think these are actually Caribou, because it's the Caribou coffee store, but it's close enough. It looks like a moose to me, so I've always enjoyed that. So yes. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to share with you some cards that I got in the mail. So the first card, I gotta figure out now which side am I putting this on. I think I need to put it over here so you can see it better. A beautiful thank you card, and it is from one of my downline members. Her name is Stacy Kratz. I'm gonna hold this up so you can see it. And she just wanted to thank me for the performance rewards that I do for my downline. And so my downline gets something special from me at the end of every Stampin' Up! Year based on how well they've done throughout the year. So I call it my performance reward. So she was thanking me for that and wishing me a happy Thanksgiving. It's absolutely beautiful. So Stacy used the Gather Together bundle, and then she used a couple of other sentiment stamp sets, but this is what the inside of the card looks like. I love it when people finish out the inside of their card, because I think that just shows that you took that little extra time. She also finished her envelope, which is really cool. So thank you so much, Stacy. Stacy is one of my downline members. She always comes to almost everything that I do if she can, and so it's always so much fun. And she drives quite a ways to come too. So I really appreciate the extra effort she puts into her Stampin' Up! World. Then I have a card, and look, I had a decorated envelope. So when I got this in the mail, I was all excited. And this is a card from Yvonne Ware. So look at how cute it is. I don't know, am I doing this right? Can you guys all see this? So this is such a cute card, and I love it. And it uses the See a Silhouette Designer Series paper, which I have sold a ton of this paper to my customers because we made a card with it at Fall Flair, which I will be sharing with you guys probably within the next couple weeks here. So for sure in December. But I love, love, love this card because of that beautiful Designer Series paper. And then she says, the world needs more of you. Isn't that sweet? And then she, the sentiment, in case you're wondering, and the stitched shaped labels dies are all part of the Free as a Bird bundle. So I love that. So I'm going to hold it up one more time so you can see it really close. It's so adorable and so cute. So thank you so much, Yvonne. You're just a sweetheart. I truly, truly love it. Oh, yes. Okay, well, let's see what's the next card that I'm going to share. Oh, thank you. Julie's telling me make sure I hold the card up a little higher. I know. It's hard to hold it high and look at it at the same time, but I'm going to keep trying. This card is from another downline member. This is from Carol Sullivan. She is from Florida. And I have a couple of demonstrators in my group from Florida. Hello, Floridians. Have some customers down there too. Everybody likes stamping in Florida. And so she decorated her envelope with the, what's this paper? It's the Wrapped in Plaid Designer Series paper, one of our really good ones. Love it. And then she used the, oh dear, what is this called? The Toile Christmas stamp set, I think. It has the beautiful cardinal on it, and then the Toile Designer Series paper that you can see in the background. And another thing that I love about the Toile Christmas and the Toile Designer Series paper is that it's going to make a reappearance in 2020. So I'm really excited. I'll definitely be hanging on to this card, Carol, because it will not only be on my display for this year, but I'm sure I'll be able to put it on display for next year as well. So thank you so much. So beautiful. All right, let's see. And I think I am going to turn this camera down and we're going to get started making this awesome and beautiful snow globe Christmas card. Give me a second, everyone, and we'll get this all rolling. All right, that looks pretty good. So let me share with you, this is the bundle we're using, the Still Scenes bundle, and if I can find it, we're going to use the Feels Like Frost Designer Series paper, which is sold out now, but will be making a reappearance in 2020. I can't even tell you how excited I am about that, because this is the most beautiful, beautiful 6x6 Designer Series paper. And I love the fact that on one side it has a really beautiful picturesque scene, and on the other side it has the silver foiled paper. There's so much you can do with this paper, and I know I'll be using it a lot. And this is the scene we're using for our cards today. And so let's go ahead and I'll show you one of the cards up close so you can see what it looks like. But of course, since you can no longer order this, even though I know a lot of you already have it, but since you can no longer order this, I decided we would make 2 cards today, one of which will feature the Feels Like Frost Christmas paper, and then the other one, we're gonna make a snowman season card. This is gonna be a Let It Snow. And we're going to use, see, look at all these cute snowmen. And they all can be, some of them can even be punched out. Well, actually one for sure. But let me show you what all this looks like. So this is still available to order. And it's the Snowman Season Bundle. We're not using the punch, but I did want to bring it in to show you. And this is the stamp set. And we're going to use Let It Snow and Hoping This Season Builds Heartwarming Memories. So we're going to use this Let It Snow Specialty Designer Series paper, and the one we're using is this one back here. Because, like, hello, that looks pretty snow globey, doesn't it? Love it. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to change it up a little bit, change up the colors just a tad, so we can really bring out that Calypso coral. So the first thing that we're going to need is all of these little pieces here. So the Snowman Season card is going to be on, what is this called again? Coastal Cabana. And the Feels Like Frost paper is going to be on Purple Posy. So I cut both of these the same. It's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, just your basic card front, or your basic card, all right? Then what we're going to do is we've got 2 strips of blueberry bushel cardstock here. It's kind of a weird cut because when I went this is just a shade under 1/4 of an inch, and when I went 1/4 of an inch, it just seemed too fat on either side for the delicate nature of the card. You can see there's this delicate cutout right here, and when I went fatter, I didn't like the look of it. So I just shortened it up 1/16 of an inch, and I thought it looked better. So these particular panels are 3 3/16 by 5.5. So we are going to go ahead and put these onto our cards. So let me do that. I'm going to grab some multi-purpose liquid glue, and we are going to, guess I needed to start that. I kind of forgot to do that before the video started. But we're going to set this right on top of our Coastal Cabana card base here. And we're just going to press that in, and you're just going to try to center that in so you have about the same amount on the right and the left sides. Good morning, Judy. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Lynn. Good to see you. Lynn is my very good Stampin' friend from Georgia. It's great to see you. Hello, Julie. Oh, you're so sweet. She's telling me I'm talented. Well, yeah, that's kind of fun, isn't it? Not talented in a way that you can't be as well. This is probably 10,000 hours of talent, so sometimes talent comes with a little hard work on the front end. All right, so here we go. Here is the card for the Purple Posy, and here is the card for the Coastal Cabana. All right, so let's go ahead now and grab our designer series papers, and I did cut these to a standard size, so no squinting at your cutter. This is 3 by 5.5, and we're gonna put this one from the Feels Like Frost designer series paper with the Purple Posy, because look at how that brings out the purple in this designer series paper. Love that. And then of course this one's gonna go over here because well, it matches Calypso or Coastal Cabana with Coastal Cabana. So again, I'm just going to take some multi-purpose liquid glue and we'll put that one on. We'll set this in just like so. And we'll wiggle that up just perfectly. There we go. And it's kind of fun. I don't have to worry about putting things under layers because all of this today is, you know, everything just builds one layer on top of another. So I don't have to worry about doing ribbon wraps or anything like that. I can just start putting things down onto my card base, which means my desk is less messy. So hooray for that. I shouldn't lose anything today like I have often in the past. So there we go. Isn't it gorgeous? Did you notice that some of these papers have the bokeh effect where you have those little sort of like sunspots scattered throughout? My daughter told me one time when we were taking pictures in Duluth of the sunrise over Lake Superior, she says, "Mom, look, you've got a bokeh," or however you say it. I'm really not sure. And I said, like, what's that? And she goes, it's a sunspot. And it was so cool because I had like 2 or 3 of them when I was pointing the camera out across the lake as the sun was coming up. And she goes, people try really hard to get those. Whoa, didn't know that. So apparently that's a desirable outcome when you are taking nature shots. Anyway, I'm sure these were probably put in digitally because you can do that as well. All right, so what are we going to do next? We're going to need a whole bunch of scraps. So let me share the scraps you're going to need and the colors and all of that good stuff. So hold on a second while I gather up all of the scraps. So the first thing you're going to need is a base for your snow globe. And our base is going to be created. These are all scraps for the snow globe. So the base of the snow globe, one of them is going to be a scrap of Coastal Cabana, and the other one is going to be a scrap of Purple Posy. And then you're going to need your intricate base topper. Let me show you what I'm talking about. And that's in Blueberry Bushel. So the base topper is this really pretty topper that you're going to put onto your snow globe base. So those are all just scrap pieces. And when you run them through your die cutting / embossing thing, you will get these. So here's a base that looks like this and another base. Then you'll take the Blueberry Bushel scraps and run those through with the little intricate cutout, and you're going to get something that looks like that. Doesn't that look nice to you guys? So we're going to go ahead and actually, oh my gosh, I forgot to, oh, here I am talking so smart, like, you know, this is all super easy, and I just realized I forgot to stamp my images at the top. And I was all prepared to stamp it with my Stamparatus. I wonder if I still can do it. Okay, time to experiment. So you guys, you're seeing how I solve problems. I am a really good problem solver, as my husband will firmly tell you, because I run into so many of them, and most of them I create myself. All right, so we're gonna figure out how to do this. Wish me luck. Okay, so here's my Stamparatus. I have a little line drawn here because that's where I was going to put the edge of my designer series paper. So how do I have this set up? Well, it looks like I'm planning on doing this one first because the Season's Greetings is a cling stamp. So I'm going to put this on here and it's going to go right there, and we'll see how we can line this up. So basically, had I not already done all this craziness in advance, I am trying to line up the edge of the designer series paper with that line that's 2 inches in. Then I take my magnet, plop it down. Ooh, that's a strong magnet. It's really holding it in, even with my cardstock folded over. So now what we're gonna do is, oh, it'll work. Hallelujah, it'll work. So open up the Blueberry Bushel, and you're just going to ink this up over here. And the reason we're using a Stamparatus is sometimes when you're stamping on designer series paper, you need to add a little extra. Need to add one more extra. So we'll see how it turns out. So press it down, open it up. Oh, it's perfect. I don't even need to do an extra. However, just to show you how awesome a Stamparatus is, if this had not turned out so perfectly, you could ink it up again and give it one more stamp so you get a really good image. Beautiful. And it worked. I'm impressed with myself that I fixed my mistake. So we're going to do the same thing to this one, except let me pull this away. So this was a cling stamp, so we only had to do the base of the Stamparatus, and then I just have a little piece of the grid paper here that you can purchase for your Stamparatus. However, the other card that we're making uses the snowman season, and that is a photopolymer. So when you're stamping with a photopolymer, let me put this in, and you're using your Stamparatus, you want to put your little foam mat in. So I'm going to set this in here. And we have our paper, and then we're going to take this and line up the designer series paper with that blue line, and that looks good. Grab the magnet, set that down here, and just make sure that, yep, it's going to stamp right where I want it. So again, take your blueberry bushel ink, ink it up, and it's going to say let it snow, which is pretty apropos. And there we go. You know what? It just looks so good. I don't even know why I'm giving this a second run through. But when I don't know, maybe my ink pad wasn't as well inked, but when I was doing this earlier today, I had to stamp it twice. And so that's why I got the Stamparatus all set up, because it wasn't giving me a good image. But now it is. That even looks better. Looks even brighter. So there we go. So we have our second one ready to go here. So let me take the Stamparatus out of the picture. And let's get back to what we were doing here, because this is the next step. All right, so we are going to go ahead and we are just going to grab some multi-purpose liquid glue. And we are going to set this right down here, just so it's maybe, oh, I don't know, what is that? A little more than 1/4 of an inch from the bottom? Not quite a 1/2 inch? Not quite a 1/4 of an inch? I don't know. Just so it looks good to you. And we'll do the same thing on this other card. You guys are so cute. You're sending me love. I can see the little hearts are coming. Thank you so much. All right, so here we go. Here's the second one. All right, this looks good too. Now, let's go ahead and we're going to put this little intricate topper onto our little snow globe bases, and this is pretty easy to do if you have a silicone sheet. So Stampin' Up sells silicone craft sheets, and they are perfect for this. So flip it over so you have the rough side to the top. You don't want the rough side to the top on your card, but you want it to the top for where you put your adhesive. And then you just grab your Stampin' Up snail, and the snail will not stick to the, am I doing this right? Yes, I am. Will not stick to our silicone mat. So now I just kind of add it in a couple of places. Do the same thing on this one. Let me read the comments here. Oh, Linda's telling me she loves the cards. She's going to watch the replay because she's on the run today. And then Teresa's telling me she's so glad people like to stamp in Florida because she is going to be a snowbird soon. Well, wonderful, Teresa. That's exciting, going down to Florida. All right, so there we go. I'm just kind of pulling some of that little bit of excess. See, before I put it on my card, I just kind of pull a little bit of that excess away if there's any that are showing up. And then we're going to put this right over to the card and set this on here. So it looks like this. There we go. So we got the base of our snow globe done. and this one. Wow, doesn't that look great, you guys? How pretty is this? I wasn't really sure how it was going to turn out because honestly, this is one I'm doing for the first time right now. All right, so now let's see what's the next thing that we want to do. Well, I had mentioned we needed scraps, and we need even more scraps. So additional scraps that we're going to need are little scraps of the Dazzling Glimmer paper, because we have to cut out our little polar bears. And then we're going to need a scrap of our vellum cardstock, because we have to cut out something to kind of fuzz out the background so you can actually see that it's a snow globe, because these are going to be very mailable. We're not actually using the snow globe. We're not turning this into a shaker card. We want this mailable with just a normal stamp. So that's what we're doing. And then you'll need a scrap of our window sheets that Stampin' Up! Sells. And then once you have all of these little scraps together, you're going to run it through your die cutting machine, and this is what you're going to get. You are going to get some little bears. I'm kind of, they're not coming up very well here. Here they are. Let me move this out of the way so you can see the little bears. Aren't they cute? Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I live very close to a town here in Minnesota called White Bear Lake. And when you drive through White Bear Lake, it's amazing how many people have purchased the little, I don't know, they're not like ceramic, but they're sort of like these little painted cement bears that they put out on their front steps or by their driveway. Every time I drive through White Bear Lake, I always see all these little white bears. So I definitely have a friend in White Bear Lake that I'm going to send one of these cards to, because she will get such a kick out of this. All right, I'm not sure if she has one in her driveway, but I would be surprised if she did. All right, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to grab your little vellum snow globes, and you're going to take your bears and you're going to put them onto your snow globe. So just flip them over. I can get them flipped here, and add some snail to the back. Oh, and Pauline, welcome Pauline. She's telling me she loves these cards made with such beautiful paper. I agree. The paper can really make or break a card, and so you really want to use high quality paper when you're card making. Stampin' Up! Has such a nice variety of paper, and they also are coordinated. So these papers can coordinate with all of our inks as well. So take your snow globe and just set it kind of where you're going to be putting it, because the reason I'm setting it down, not attaching it at this point, but just setting it down, is I want to make sure my bears are not hanging out too high in the trees. On this card, it's not going to matter. But on this card, it sort of does, because you've got the tree line that you need to be aware of. You don't want your bears up here flying through the trees. So you want to keep them grounded, actually on the ground. So we're just going to put the mama bear here, and then we're going to put the baby bear right here. So they are both just sort of hanging out. Very cute. Love it. And for this one, again, it's not such a big deal on this one because these bears are just going to be hanging out. So we'll put Mama Bear right here and the baby bear right here. All right, so there you go. Then to attach this, because you know sometimes adhesive shows up on the other side of your vellum cardstock, we're going to flip this over. Well, actually, wait, before we do that, we need to attach our window sheet. So what I do is I take my glue and I'm putting the skinniest little line of glue, like the skinniest. Of course, it would help if my glue came out. Where is my Kleenex box? So for some reason, my glue got stopped up. There we go. See, it's a high pressure now. When low pressures come through, the glue runs freely. We have a high pressure system right now, and the glue is not running as freely. So take your glue and put the skinniest little line here at the bottom. And do the same thing for your other one, if you're making two at a time. There we go. Then take your window sheet. I can give this a couple seconds to dry. Because sometimes if you put it on too quickly, you know how the glue can kind of get squashed and then it's like leaking up into everything, and that doesn't look so great. So we're just going to give this a little time to set up. And then you can take your snow globe with the window sheet. You're going to put it right over the top. Just like that. And don't worry if it squishes up the littlest, tiniest bit, because that's probably going to get hidden anyway, because we're going to lift up this little globe. Well, ideally we would be lifting up the globe. Let me grab my take your pick tool. We'll get the little shovel end. We'll just make sure we can scoot it under. I think I put the glue a little high on that particular one. Let me check this one. So if you put the glue a little high, well, that one I did not. That one's perfect. So let me grab my other snow globe here. Put that over this one. Let's do this one first. This one I did really well. So then what you do is once you have the snow globe attached, you know, so that your vellum and your vellum paper and your window sheet is all together, then you can just take your glue and add a little bit to the back here where the bears are, because you're not going to see through it. And then you're just going to scoot that under, just the littlest bit, and then press it down. And isn't that cool? How cool is that? It's all attached and it works great. All right, so we're going to do the same thing to this one. So we're going to add a little adhesive in the back here to the bears. And then we're just going to scoot it underneath the snow globe. And if your snow globe's a little too tight, just grab your little shovel end of the take your pick tool and loosen that up a bit. And there it is. Press that down, and we've got two super cute cards, but they're not even finished yet. We're going to make them even cuter. Oh, so we're going to make bows. Hello, Cindy. She says she's a little late, but she's catching me just here at the end. She is from North Dakota. Welcome. It's great to have you here. Philomena's here. Philomena has been one of my wonderful supporters of my Stamping to Share Facebook page. She's always so encouraging and she's so supportive. So I really appreciate it, Philomena. Thank you so much. Denise is here. Thank you. Welcome. So good to see you here. And just out of curiosity, how many of you actually have the snow globe or the Snowman Season stamp set? Because I think you're going to love making these cards. They actually go together so quickly and they're just so beautiful and they're easy. That's kind of my thing. I love to do easy cards. I mean, they look complicated, but they're easy. So, of course, provided you don't, forget to use your Stamparatus when you're supposed to. But even when I goof that up, that still seemed to work really well. So now I'm just making a couple of bows and tying that off the roll, trimming that up, and we're going to put these on with glue dots. Oh, Cindy does have the stamp set. Hooray! Philomena saying thank you. Well, thank you. We could say thank you to each other probably all day long. So here is the glue dots. We'll just grab a glue dot and we're going to pop this down. Isn't that cute? It just totally makes the card. I love that. Grab another glue dot, pop it down. Totally makes the card. Is that not just the cutest? Then I was thinking, you know what I should do? Since we have these little, I'm going to grab the other end of this take your pick tool. I want the little pointy end. I was thinking I should add some little sequins. We have some basic sequins that are white, so they'd sort of look like snow sparkles. So let me see if I can find them. They're basic self-adhesive sequins. I've got them right here. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is grab a sequin, and we're going to put it right here in the middle of this bouquet dot. And we're going to grab another one, because we have to have 3, you know. So we're going to put that one maybe down here. And where else would be a good one? Maybe we'll put it right here. So let me grab another one, and we'll just put it up here in kind of this sunny spot up here. And I think that just adds a little bit extra to the card. It's kind of fun. Now, I did make a lot of these cards to send to some friends, so I didn't use these on all of the cards that I mailed out, just because not all of the cards that I sent out have these little, like this one here in the tree just looks so cool. But, you know, the designer paper varies, so this one I did not feel like I needed those. Plus, I only have this, and I made a lot of them, so I couldn't have possibly put sequins on everything. However, just for a card here and there, it's fun to put the sequins on. And then I think I can do the same thing to this Let It Snow card, just to add a little extra. So I'm going to get my sequins, and we'll just kind of put them in the same place. So these are these really nice white self-adhesive sequins. You can get them, there's a couple of different colors that they come in. I'll put this one up here. So it's kind of fun. And then we'll put this one down here. And there they are. So 3 little sequins just to kind of accentuate the card. And I think that looks really cool. So these are the 2 cards that I will do in the mail out, along with 2 yards of this lovely ribbon when I do the drawing. And the drawing is going to be held in 2 days, so on Thursday. So you guys have time to comment and share. Let me know how things went. If you've tried this card, it's so fun to make, you guys. You have a great day. And then, oh, one other thing is I have some things to share with my Happy Stampers Stamping to Share group on Facebook. So I'm not sure exactly of the time, but my assistant is coming over tomorrow, and I think I'm going to have her help me. But I'm going to show you some things from the Stampin Up pre-order that we get to do as demonstrators. So that will be tomorrow live in my Happy Stampers Stamping to Share Facebook group. So we'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much, and have a great day. Bye-bye.